Hey, what is up, people? This is Johnny, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips of Pokemon Go that could actually help you on your adventure while you're playing Pokemon Go. The first tip that I'm going to be giving you is that when you first start off playing Pokemon Go, make sure to look at a couple of videos on how people throw the Pokeball. The reason why you want to know how to throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon initially is because you are going to lose a lot of Pokeballs in the beginning because the game doesn't actually give you a tutorial to throw Pokeballs. And you want to go ahead and conserve them because the Pokeballs are actually kind of very little in amount. Well, they give you a lot of Pokeballs when you start off, but you want to go ahead and try to conserve them a lot. Why? Because then later on in the game, you're probably going to end up paying for Pokeballs if you don't end up conserving them. And then you will probably have to go to Pokestops in order to get more Pokeballs and stuff like that. In order to level up faster in Pokemon Go, I recommend that you go to different locations where you find new Pokemon. Every time you find a new Pokemon, you will probably get roughly a 600 experience points or more. And this will help you level up your character's levels to make it to level 5. So I recommend capturing new Pokemon that you can encounter as possible. If you have time, try to encounter all the new Pokemon. Click on them as fast as you can to encounter new Pokemon. I also recommend recapturing older Pokemon because they give you an easily points of 100 experience points. So if you're good at capturing regular Pokemon, you might as well capture them in order to gain experience points while you go to different areas. So this will help you level up faster, and not only will it get you in no time to level up to battle the gym. The next tip that I recommend is to go to a location where different things are located. For example, if you go to a certain area, there may be a bunch of places that will have Pokestops, and they will also have gyms so you can go. And there will also be a lot of Pokemon that you can encounter nearby. I recommend going in the car to different places. Most times in the park area, you will find different Pokemon all around it, simply because that's a park, and that will have the advantage of you capturing different Pokemon. So I recommend every time you're using the GPS, if you're in the car, cruise around and go to an area where there will be a lot of Pokestops and you see a lot of signs of Pokemon there. That usually means that you will get a bunch of perks when you go to these stops. And I recommend going in the car, personally finding these areas. But if you're in a park, just walk around the park and you'll probably find a lot of things. Now, if you're going in the car, I do recommend you to be careful. Be the passenger and have like your dad or mom or somebody else, a friend, driving the car while you're doing this, because that will definitely reduce the risk of you while Pokemon going and driving, because that could be dangerous. It's a really distracting thing if you're in Pokemon Go and you're driving at the same time. The next tip that I'm going to be giving you that is actually essential for your Pokemon to get stronger is that don't ever level up the first Pokemon that you get. For example, if you get your starter. The thing is that you want to collect as many Stardust that you can, because this will help you level up your Pokemon that will become stronger later on. Now, I understand that you may actually want a Charmander, but you're going to be able to encounter more Charmanders in the wild. Try to capture more Charmanders. They're kind of rare to encounter, but eventually you will encounter them randomly. So if you encounter a Charmander, you want to get more Charmander candy for it to evolve, I recommend that you get all the Charmander candies first before you actually evolve it, because it's going to be kind of weak, and I think it will be stronger when you evolve it into a Charmeleon. So make sure to get all the Stardust you can, and then once you get like different Charmanders, there could be one that has a higher CP, which will have a higher CP than the one that you currently have. So you're going to want to go ahead and evolve the one with the highest CP that you capture in the nature, because if you capture a really high Pokemon with a CP, then you can keep upgrading it, and evolve it to its final evolution. And there you will have a stronger overall Pokemon that you won't have to worry about. So I recommend upgrading the Pokemon with the higher CP, especially for Charmanders, because if you capture a higher CP Charmanders, you will get a better advantage, as well as having that Pokemon level up faster and have more stronger abilities. I recommend doing this, in my opinion, because this will help you evolve them with a much stronger stats, and that's what I think about that. The final thing that I'm going to be talking about is my personal view on the gyms. Now, the gyms are actually quite easy depending on the person that put the Pokemon there. Right now, you have the ability to get a really strong Pokemon and go to a gym and battle it. Not everyone has gotten a really strong Pokemon at these gyms that you can, so that means that you can actually beat these gyms easily if you get a higher level Pokemon. For example, in my area, since the game just came out, there's only some Pokemon that are pretty weak, like Eradicate, that probably have a CP of 136, or who knows, around there. And I have a Pinsir that is already at a 226, I believe, a CP. So I'll have the advantage to beat these gyms. But what you have to make sure is that you have to be prepared and know the weakness of the Pokemon in order before you actually battle that gym. I recommend that you have a really strong Pokemon with a CP, probably updated Stardust if it's a Pokemon that you're going to evolve. So make sure to be careful with that, and then you'll be able to battle these gyms, and then probably leave a Pokemon there to transfer after you beat the gym, and leave that gym pretty strong with a strong Pokemon that will make it difficult for other players to actually go and defeat your gym. So that's the final tip that I recommend. And let me know in the comment section what tips you recommend for Pokemon Go. I'm still learning stuff through the game, but these are the tips that I personally found out that are really useful for me.
On YouTube, I just wanted to make a quick video of some of the tips that I've learned while playing this game to help you guys out to become Pokemon masters. So the first tip is obviously go to a lot of Pokestops. As you see, there's 2 up ahead of me. There's a lot more around me. I'm actually just in the house right now, but there's a lot of Pokestops around me. The Pokestops come back after every 5 minutes. So after you hit it, get all your prizes from it, you can literally walk down the street to another one, get that one, come back, the other one will be there, and you can just farm Pokestops like that. So Pokestops can give you balls, they can give you, I think, revives when your Pokemon faint. They can give you eggs. Those are the things that I've seen thus far. I think the higher level you are, the more stuff you can receive. So I just wanted to put that out. So that's my first tip. My second one is, once you reach level 5, join a team. I don't really know if you have an option for that, but you want to join a team so you can go to a gym. Now, you don't want to put your best Pokemon in the gym, because once he's there, I don't think you can get him back with the exception of losing. So as long as your Pokemon is there, you can keep getting rewards. So, for instance, last night I put a Paris. I've actually put a Paris and a Pidgey somewhere. The yellow team took all of my gems. But I'm still getting rewards even though they're not there anymore, defending. So make sure you put your lowest, not necessarily your absolute lowest, but just try to put somewhere in the middle, because you don't want to go to a gym battle and then all your best Pokemon are gone and you can't do anything about it. Another tip for the gym is leave, if you see somebody on your team, so blue team or red or yellow, you can leave multiple Pokemon there. So I can't walk up to a gym and put 6 Pokemon there, but I can put 1 for every gym we have. So if somebody else has 1, I can put 1, and you want to max it out. For instance, my gym only had 2 people, so his gym has 2 people as well. You'll see it has 4,000 out of 8,000. That means there's 2 people there. So he has Sir Pape and Bulbasaur. So there's 2 people. It's harder to beat a gym when you're doing that, because you have to go through both people in order to beat the master, which is him. And I will be beaten. So my third tip is Pokemon Incense. So Pokemon Incense, I'm not going to go to the shop. What you do with an incense is you stay there, press it, activate it, you get it for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes while you're walking around or even just standing still, Pokemon will come to you. So you can just catch anybody. I tested this out last night. I caught maybe 7 or 8 Pokemon in the span of 30 minutes. And I was just sitting in bed just because I wanted to see how effective it was. They weren't coming every 5 seconds, but they were coming enough. So I just wanted to let you know that Pokemon instants do work. Probably better if you're walking around, more Pokemon will probably appear, or driving. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. When your Pokemon is in a gym battle and he dies, you have to use a revive in order to bring them back. Once they faint, you can no longer use them. Use a revive, they come back to life. You get revives by either paying for them or going to Pokestops. So far. And I got one by leveling up to level 5. I got 10. So, revives are very important. Same as potions. When your Pokemon gets low, there's no Poke Center, so we can't just drop it off anywhere. We have to use potions and stuff like that of that nature. Just wanted to put that out there as well. What else? The other tip is, okay, as far as Pokemon Go, so I'll show you what my Pokemon look like. This is my squad as right now. You don't want to rank up a Pokemon by using power-ups, Stardust, or by using rare candies until they're at the last level of that evolution. Because you have to look at it from a different perspective. Yes, your Pokemon will get stronger, but the more you level up, the higher level you'll see. So if I were to power up this Drowsy and max him out, I don't know what he maxed out to, but he's already 126. Say he maxes out at 200. I can walk down the street and find another Drowsy and he can already be at 200. Then I would have wasted all that rare candy and that Stardust into him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm better off waiting until I evolve him to a Hypno or Hypno, whatever you want to call him, and then putting things in them and leveling them up. So make sure you don't just waste materials on anything. You literally want to save things unless it's already the final form. So if you already have a Jinx or Mr. Mime, put as much of you into them if you want, because they're not going to go anywhere. Another thing to go with that, when you catch so many of the same Pokemon, you obviously get, I'm going to show you. You obviously get rare candy and Stardust. So, say for instance you have way too much Zubat, as I do, or I use Caterpie. So I have 14 Caterpie candies thus far. I can evolve them if I wanted to. So, I have way too many. So go down here and you can keep scrolling down if it works. Go to transfer. When you go to transfer, it sends it to Professor whoever, Professor Oak or whatever his name is. When you do that, it in turn gets rid of them. You can't get this Pokemon back, but you can pick up a rare candy from that Pokemon. So as you see, transfer succeeded, and I got a candy, and now I have 15 instead of 14. So when you catch way too many of them, just go ahead and transfer them, because eventually we'll get to the point where we're going to be catching so many Pokemon that we can't, as you see, I have 31 out of 250. Eventually I'll get full up and I won't be able to do anything with it. So you want to go ahead and transfer or kind of release them or whatever you want to call it, and you will get a rare candy for that type. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I think I pretty much covered everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Get at me, man. Oh, tell me some of your Pokemon. Tell me some of your best ones in the comment section. Let me know. It's been real.
Pokemon Go. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's doing it. And now a lot of people are going out into the city of Pikeville and enjoying the evenings Pokemon Go. but we want you to be safe as well when you do this. And with us right now is Paul Maynard, the Director of Public Safety for the City of Pikeville. And Paul, this is a phenomenon that's hit the nation, and it's hit Pikeville.
It really has. We're seeing an outpouring of people coming downtown in the downtown area in their shopping districts, really enjoying themselves, getting out and getting some exercise with this game, and it really has taken off. It's amazing how much we've seen an increase over the last week of players downtown.
Well, of course, we want everybody to play it, have fun doing it, but we want you to be safe as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, if you're not familiar with this game, it's very technologically based. You have to really concentrate on your phone and that type of thing. And what we're trying to ask people is be careful. Be aware of your situation. Be aware where you're at.
And please don't Pokemon Go and drive.
Oh, absolutely. I tell everybody, no skateboarding, no bicycling, no cars. This is something you definitely need to concentrate not only for your safety but on the game. So you don't want to give another aspect to that could take your attention away.
Okay. Be safe, but enjoy the game. For EKB News, I'm Gary Sloan.